Get your honey right so you can get your money right. Hello and welcome to the Durham Talents channel. My name is Jesse Durham. We're here for an installment of our Quick Take series. As much as I can make a quick take on marriage and money, this is going to be that. The idea here is get your honey right so you can get your money right. Or at least get your money and your honey right. In all honesty, I had a great influence and teacher very early on in my boyhood, I can say, that encouraged me along the way of going ahead, getting started on praying for a good wife. Now, if that doesn't interest you, that's fine. All I'm telling you is that I've had great results from that. My wife and I, Lauren, have been married 15 years. This year we will have been married. We courted for right at 7 years before we got married. She was my high school sweetheart, so we'd known each other since the second grade, and I've done very, very well on that point. So when it comes to that, I wish you, of course, the best of fortune. I've enjoyed a great marriage myself, so let's talk about some of the money experiences, that we have had over the years. And if you'd like to hear from my wife, Lauren, which is something I've been considering getting her on a podcast episode here, then please make sure to let me know down in the comments section. But here's my quick take on money and marriage. Getting your honey right and getting your money right. Normally, these are some things that come to my mind. These are some things from my experience. Normally, it seems that someone finds out about this idea of becoming your own banker, this concept of the infinite banking concept, and they latch onto it. They get wholeheartedly involved in the idea of getting started. And the other person may get started, may not, may be enthused about getting started, may not be enthused about getting started. But normally it just seems that one person perhaps can get it. And this is not always the case, but it seems like somebody finds it first. They're bringing it to the spouse. I know that was my experience. I was exposed to the idea that you could become your own banker from a phone call with a friend who just told me about it. And then I read the book. Then I saw a presentation. And then I was the spouse bringing this to my wife saying, well, hey, let's do this. Let's learn about this. Let's talk about this. Let's get this ball rolling. So what I'm saying is that if we take a macro view, it would seem that many marriages do not end well. Now, I don't want to get too bogged down in the numbers. Some believe that they're astronomical, and I would say that they're great. There's a goodly percentage of marriages that are not successful. So again, I wish you your best fortune in getting your honey right. But also it seems to be a large percentage of these marriages that make it or don't make it have a large issue with money. Now, if many of these marriages, failed or not, successful or not, are having money as a significant issue. And then also I think that we should not overlook the issue of stress. So again, there's perhaps a correlation here of folks are having money issues. That causes stress. That gets carried over into the relationship and the marriage, and there are outcomes taking place there. So if we know that stress is a big killer, it's popularized in media, of course, that stress is a killer. And, financial stress seems to be really high on the list in marriages and relationships. So if we know that these outcomes are what they are, well, let's back that up and get to the root of the problem. Let's get to the root of the issue here. I can say that Lauren and I have had times in our years of being married of having money. We've had times of not having money. We've had times of being beholden to this third-party lending system that we're literally born into, where we're told to lock our money away here and conventionally finance with the banks there. Or perhaps we're told to pay cash and we're missing out on lots of opportunities that we didn't even know were there for us. So we've had money, haven't had money, been beholden to the banks with credit cards and car notes and student loans, fill in the blank. And we've also been on this journey now for over 7 years of becoming our own banker, of taking back the banking function control in our lives. and that's yielded much, much different results on so many different levels. Again, because I'm making this a quick take, I'm going to point out that, when you have protection, because whole life insurance is permanent life insurance, and that is what we talk about here on the channel. So we talk about properly structured whole life insurance with mutual companies that pay dividends. Well, that permanent whole life insurance is going to provide a certain level of security. And I'm not necessarily trying to say men or women need more or less of that. You know what you want. Your spouse knows what they want. Nobody, I don't think, is going to be upset by having security, by having guaranteed protection. So that affords us, again, going back to the concept of stress in our lives and in our marriage and in our money situation, having a certain amount of protection is going to give a certain amount of security in that particular regard. But not only that, again, when I talked about properly structured whole life insurance, that means high cash value, being able to use a policy as a privatized banking system. So if you know that you have contractual rights to access capital, grow capital, compound capital into the future, that also is going to give a certain level of security, a sense of protection and access and control over your financial footprint. I mean, couples that are looking at all the things that Nash talked about in his book, like Parkinson's Law, and they're addressing that, the arrival syndrome, the golden rule, use it and lose it. Again, if you're not aware of these things, I encourage you to check out Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash, because by being proactive on these subjects, by taking back control of the banking function in your marriage, in your life, you're just going to have a different level of security. You're going to have a different feeling and sense of financial independence and autonomy. And I'm not trying to say that I've arrived, not in any of these levels. As a husband, no doubt Lauren has put up with so very much over these many, many years, and I appreciate it, and I love her. She's been fantastic. She's been wonderful. She's amazing. She's my darling. And I'm not saying that I've arrived either. I'm still on my journey. We're still on our journey of becoming our own bankers as well. Nash would talk about this being a lifetime pursuit, that over the course of your lifetime, it's the most profitable thing that you could do. And also, it very well may take several years, many years, to get all the what he would call the snakes and dragons out of your life. We've paid off student loan debt. We've paid off credit cards. We've paid off car notes, etc. We financed family vacations ourselves with our privatized banking system. So I don't know how much of a quick take this has been, but again, if these are interesting concepts to you, let me know down in the comment section for our quick take series. And if you'd like to have a conversation about how to implement the infinite banking concept into your household or your business or your investing, then you can reach us at 828-817-4223, or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day. Take care. But this is going to be fantastic. Let's do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that's what we do. Oh my goodness. Here I am talking about marriage and money on the interwebs. That probably won't lead to any crazy comments or repercussions, will it? Nah.
Get your honey right and get your money right. That's what I'm talking about. Honey and money. There's a song about that. Actually, there's a country song about that. Let's see. Well, that'd be Mr. Toby Keith saying, I got the money, you got the honey. Let's cut a deal, let's make a plan. Oh, yeah, something like that. Okay. My country folks, they're relating to me right now. They're already humming along. They know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's enough of that. We're out of here. Goodbye.